At present, the Fiji Law Reform has 7 ongoing law reform references. These include the review of the Fiji Civil Court Rules, the High Court Rules 1998, Magistrate Court Rules 1945, the Mining Act 1965, Quarries Act 1939, Online Safety Act 2018, Security Industry Act 2010, and the Fiji Human Trafficking Laws. The Commission is also undertaking review of the agriculture-related legislation, beginning with 6 pieces of legislation dating as far as back as 1877. These are the Pounds Act of 1877, Brands Act of 1928, Trespass of Animals Act 1955, Goat Earmarks Act 1955, Protection of Animals Act, and Dogs Act 1968. The Commission is reviewing the Liquor Act 2006 and the Liquor Regulation of 2008. Madam Deputy Speaker, the age of some of these laws should cause us to pause and reflect. A law written in 1867 was created for a Fiji that bears little resemblance to the Fiji we know today. Population has changed. Our country has changed. Technology has transformed how we live and work. Our institutions have evolved. Our understanding of rights and responsibilities has developed. And so the question is not simply whether an old law remains on our statute books. The question is whether the law remains fit for purpose. That is the question at the heart of Fiji Law Reform Commission's work. These reviews are not undertaken in isolation from behind a desk. Fiji Law Reform is working directly with the ministries, departments, institutions responsible for administering these laws every day. This includes the Judiciary, the Mineral Resource Division of the Ministry of Lands, the Mineral Resources, the Online Safety Commission, the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Agriculture, Waterways, Sugar Industry, the Ministry of Immigration, and the Solicitor General's Office, among others. This collaboration is critical because those who administer our laws, enforce them, and work with them every day are often best placed to tell us whether the law is no longer working as intended, where it creates unnecessary difficulties, where gaps exist, and where reform is required. Good law reform must begin with an honest assessment of what is happening on the ground. Madam Deputy Speaker, since the establishment of 2023, the Fiji Law Reform has not simply undertaken reviews and produced reports. If I just go back for a little bit. The Fiji Law Reform, as I highlighted its function, it was defunded. It existed by name, no budgetary provision provided by the Fiji First Government. Emate, it went dead. This coalition government revived it, so it can do this important work of law reform. Its work has moved beyond the pages of reports into legislation and tangible reform. One significant piece of work there was the development of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Act number 15 of 2024, undertaken through the Office of Prime Minister with the support of the then Assistant Ministers, Honorable Sasikaran and Honorable Sakiusa Tumbona. This was followed by the Education Bill, 34 of 25, which was passed on the 25th of May, 2026. In the same week, Parliament passed 3 important pieces of immigration and citizenship legislation. The Immigration Amendment Act, number 8 of 2026, the Passport Amendment Act of 9 of 2026, and the Citizenship of Fiji, number 10 of 2026. Madam Deputy Speaker, the passage of legislation is not the end of the law reform. The law must be implemented. It must be understood, and where necessary, the supporting legal framework must be put in place. The Fiji Law Reform Commission therefore continues to support the Ministry of Immigration, together with the International Organization for Migration, in developing the accompanying regulations. This work is expected to return to Cabinet at the end of August of this year. Another significant area of work has been the review of Fiji's electoral laws. Following its review of the Electoral Act 2018, the Political Parties Act 2013, the Electoral Registration Voters Act 2012, the Fiji Law Reform on the 8th of July 2025 handed over its electoral law reform package. This includes the final report, the Electoral Law Review 2025, an electoral system for the people, from the people, together with the cabinet paper and draft legislation. What is important, Madam Speaker, is this. When Fiji Law Reform is involved in this task, it participates with the people. Not only at community halls, but in the town halls, it visits villages. And the committee on the other side will attest to this. Never before had this committee visited isolated villages to hear their voice on what should be the law for Fiji. The package includes the Political Parties Bill 2025, Electoral Bill 2025, Constituency Transition Regulation 2025, Electoral Regulation 2025, and the Electoral Rules Regulation 2025. Madam Speaker, electoral laws are not ordinary laws. They provide rules through which our democracy functions. They determine how citizens participate, how political parties operate, and how representation is structured. It is therefore essential that our electoral laws remain clear, modern, credible, and capable of supporting a fair and effective electoral system.